So the camera kind of points you in the right direction in this case, because this is kind of the problem you face as well with like introductory levels, with tutorial levels. If you don't heavily guide the player,
they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do. And we'll probably have a few things in there, like click on the ground to walk. And I'm going to change this so it's much more intuitive. So it'll be like a pair of animated little footsteps and things like that. And it's the same again. So you can sneak in, and what's going to be happening in there is the mother and father are going to be having an argument. And you can see their shadows on that wall there, but you don't see the violence itself, you just see them being aggressive, because we can't show direct violence like that to the primary school group, and there's only obviously so much we can show.
Who's your audience in this game?
So we're aiming this at primary, secondary and tertiary education and young offenders in Barbados and Grenada.
It's a very wide age group.
Which is a little bit of a nightmare, because...
But we can think of have some levels, lock some levels for young player.
We're structuring it into 3 different case scenarios. So case 1 is this, and this one's going to be playable by everybody, every age range. So it's like really simple and straightforward to play. You can move around, and you play as a young person, like a child, so that you know you can connect. Yeah.
Not victims.
So what is going to, why this game is going to help? I think you will explain that one, isn't it? So what is, somebody's watching, and then is that, what's the story? What is going to happen? What is the user needs to gain something from this?
Yeah. So
you are going to explain hopefully.
Case 1 then is about the mother who is in a relationship with her partner, and the partner is abusive, and you play as this child, and this child's trying to basically avoid confrontation, if you will, but they also need to get on with their life, and it's about the impact that it has psychologically on the child, and also how the mother handles it, and they obviously handle this in different ways. So in the next level, the mother's actually in hospital, and you play as one of the nurses, and you're actually trying to dress the wounds and try and also talk to her and try and get her to open up a bit more. So the game's primarily based around conversation.
So it is voice, noise, talk.
There's talking.
You don't really see much is happening. Is that right? Just wander around the building, house.
In this case, yes.
And then something is happening behind the closed door, and you can hear.
In this one, yeah. We're trying to put you in the shoes of someone who is, not a victim of violence themselves, but they're in that stressful situation. They're still a part of it.
Don't you think you should assign normally games? There is a task. You need to achieve something.
So,
is there something that you
questing system, you mean?
Right at this moment, I haven't got an actual visual quest indicator in here, but we're actually going back into the living room to get the homework, because we forgot to do the homework. So that's what we're going to do right now.
So we can do some quests in this level. Things like, when the man burst out and the woman Diane is a kind of a phantom floor, whatever. What the kids do. So what he can do is kind of, ring the ambulance, find some number. What kind of health support? In that point, we can signpost in the game.
Message.
Yeah.
Even here, you can give a message to the user.
Yes, signpost in the game. What help, and they can resort. They need information. Who can I help in those kind of situations?
So
using that kind of, they search around the yellow book or whatever. And we discussed this before.
We were brainstorming several different solutions. So one of them is you either go to the yellow page and you find the number for the ambulance. You can find the number of the ambulance on the toy, which isn't in yet, but there's going to be a toy ambulance in the living room, and you can pick that up and look at it, and there's the number on it. You can choose to phone for your auntie as well, so you don't have to call an ambulance. You can choose to phone your auntie instead, and she'll react differently. And then the final option, which we have yet to figure out the exact details of, is you can actually leave through the front door the way that Rondell went and cry out for help and see what happens as well. So you do have more than one option.
Yeah. And if they are successfully achieved or find some key information, we can have some kind of achievement book. Like a badge system, you can, successfully find that. So later they can go back to the notebook, see. Even the Sweetwater Foundation can be a resource in the game. So our partner in the country, which is our organization, NGO, to help those victims in the DVSV.
Just as a recommendation, you don't have to take on board. do you think you should ask questions to the user? You know, let's say when he opens the door, he or she hears partners arguing. Best action to take, you know, watch, leave, ring, or you know, run. I don't know, something.
So in the case of the door scenario,
Mm.
haven't got it coded yet, but you open it once and then you flinch and you stop because you're
Yeah.
like, hang on, if I go in, something bad might happen to me.
Yeah.
If you then try again, Rondell gets agitated and comes out. So there's the possibility to attempt it again.
Mm.
In that case, it doesn't come up quite as black and white as that, so it's not like open the door all the way or leave now. It's more like you open the door a bit and then the action in theory just cancels, and then you can choose to do it again.
What I'm asking is maybe, you know, message could be. This is also a scientific, isn't it, technical university research as well. You know, I don't know how you integrate, but some statistical data could be shown there. I know nobody wants to see it, but you know, 50% of these people, they have a psychological effect, and 30 leaves, and you know, damage to your future. You know, this is what I think you need to give messages as early as possible. If you ask me, some sort of messaging. You know, what message you want to deliver through your game.
So the way we're going to do it is each level is kind of based around a theme. So this one is about spotting the warning signs
I see.
and also calling for help. And so because this is going to be rolled out into schools as like a part of one of the curriculums, we're not
How
sure.
long is the game, first one? If you are a new user, are you aiming to finish it 5 minutes, half an hour?
Each level should take somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes depending on the level.
15 minutes. And when you play once, there is nothing for you to play again, isn't it? This is just one.
There's branching dialogue, so it doesn't happen in every scene, but depending on the options that you choose, you might get a different reaction, something else might happen.
So people may use this one 3 times, 5 times, but you know, it's normal, really. Every game you get bored, but
Yeah.
your original idea is people will be playing once, twice, 5 times?
So we're trying to structure it so it's kind of the teacher in the classroom will be like, okay, we're going to play this sequence of the game, and then they're going to play one level of the game, and then what we're going to do is come in and then just have a brief discussion about the themes in that one, because we're going to write the training manual, aren't we, for the thing, and that's going to be in
Is
there.
there any award if you on this game?
We're going to have some experience points and probably do some unlockables, but as for what those unlockables are, beyond perhaps the cosmetic, maybe we give people unlockable hats. But then
I think
obviously-
badge is better. Badge is
Yeah.
achievement. When you
Achievement,
discover something, you kind of earn a
Bling,
badge.
oh,
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
with some visual audio effects, and that's just
Get that positive
the-
feedback loop
the
going.
gain of it.
Positive. I think
Yeah.
when somebody do nice and then you get a star, and then when you do something wrong, maybe you get a, I don't know, some hard something else. So you know, like you open the door and then you did something wrong. Do you think you should give something you did wrong? You know, like small test. But it's not criticizing test. This is just an idea,
Mhm.
really.
Like a punishment if you did something wrong.
You know,
some
like
penalties.
green heart is yes, you did right, but red heart is actually you would be better off not do this sort of warning. Sort of. This is just an idea. You don't have to take on board.
Okay, I was going to perhaps have like a total score and a level that you can have,
Score.
and best possible outcome. So
Okay.
it'll be like, hey, you did the homework, got some points. You didn't enter the bedroom, you got some points.
So did you say the minimum age of these users?
So probably be
Minimum
about
age.
9-10 years old. So the
9,
top
10.
top year of primary school, we're thinking.
I think what would be
It
nice.
can be lower.
If
But
Because
yeah.
my own daughter, she's 7. She plays all
7.
sorts of games. This kind of game is a piece of cake.
Oh, to her, yeah,
Yeah.
But the problem is the kids especially in Grenada, like
Mm.
they just don't have the games at home. So
Yeah.
Is there any? Through my